We've been dating for a couple years. She's gorgeous, funny, and we mostly get on really well. Our values align. We want the same things from life, and we've done all the good stuff like meeting parents, etc., which has all gone swimmingly. The thing is, we argue a lot. In hindsight, I should have spotted the pattern sooner. It did start fairly early on. I guess I've just always thought that it'll get better as we get closer or whatever. I think part of the difficulty has been the unpredictability of the arguments. It's not like one topic sets things off and we can just avoid that topic. And how self-aware she is post-argument, taking responsibility, explaining where things came from, creating a path for things going forward. Anyway, it sort of turns out that's all just talk. It isn't getting any better. And now I've figured out there has been a pattern all along. It's insecurity. I noticed it when it became a bedroom-related issue. She started initiating sex, and if I didn't respond exactly as she wanted, the right level of enthusiasm, in a time-sensitive manner, she took it as a personal insult and said that I'd essentially rejected her. It was an issue if I wasn't in the mood, but it was also an issue if, for instance, she said, "Let's have sex tonight." And then later that night I'd say, "Shall we watch another episode before bed?" In that instance, I was choosing TV over her. I'd go into the bedroom after fully expecting sex, and she'd have already decided herself to be rejected and in a mood about it. It all kind of crystallized that every argument has been driven out the back of her being insecure. I spoke to her about it, and she explained that her therapist is helping with it, and it's rooted from childhood and past abusive boyfriends, etc. This was at the start of the year, and I kind of thought that us both knowing would help navigate it, but it hasn't. Meanwhile, the arguments have continued, and the pressure of getting the bedroom stuff right hasn't done us any good at all. I guess the thing that's messing with my head is that her insecurity is about losing me. All the bad in the relationship stems from her wanting the relationship. It's like a horrible self-fulfilling prophecy. The more she wants it, the more she hurts it. It feels like it's really driving a wedge between us that can't be removed, though, even if it is coming from a non-malicious place. Writing this, I feel like everyone is going to say that I'm the asshole, but I'm starting to think we'd both be happier out of this relationship. Sometimes we will go a few weeks without arguing, but mostly it's once or twice a week, and sometimes she won't return back to baseline for like 2-3 weeks after a particularly big upset, stemming from an often trivial point. Appreciate any outside perspectives and advice. TL. DR. We've been together a few years and really click in so many ways, but the arguments, usually unpredictable and rooted in her insecurity, have become constant and draining. She's self-aware and says all the right things after, but nothing is changing, and that tension now spills into the bedroom. As much as it hurts to say, I'm starting to think we might actually be better off apart, even though all of this seems to come from her just wanting to hold on to us. I'm 17M and my girlfriend is 18F. We've been dating for 2 months now, but we've known each other for about a year and a half. We reconnected around 4 months ago, and things have been going really well between us. The issue is with her parents. They won't accept me simply because I'm going to college to become an HVAC technician instead of going to university. They haven't even met me, but they've already decided I'm not good enough based on my career path. I'm proud of the direction I'm going. There's good work, strong pay, and I enjoy it. My girlfriend supports me 100%, but I know it's tough for her being stuck between her parents and our relationship. I want to be respectful, but it's hard feeling judged by people who don't even know me. Has anyone else been through something like this? Is there anything I can do to change their view, or do I just need to accept it? TL. DR. I'm 17M, girlfriend is 18F, dating for 2 months, knew each other for 1.5 years. Her parents refuse to meet me or accept me because I'm going into the trades instead of university. Looking for advice. Hi, so I, 21M, have been in a relationship with my boyfriend, 20M, for 3 years now, and we started dating in high school. I left home to go to college in state, and he stayed at home. We come from very different backgrounds. I am an only child with parents who financially support me, helping me with rent as I go through school, and he has grown up in abject poverty. No hot water for the past while, living with grandparents as his parents have never been in the picture. Over the past 3 years, since graduating, he managed to hold one job helping a local business, but the hours were at most 10 to 12 hours a week before he eventually quit sometime early last year due to a bad environment and boss. He still doesn't have his license, and the area we grew up in has absolutely zero public transit. He hasn't had a job since, and I brought it up finally last November that I need him to work towards something instead of sitting at home all day and playing video games, watching TV, smoking weed. I have had my phases of being a stoner too, to be honest and fair, but it hasn't impacted my grades or work ethic. He reacted harshly to that and felt attacked, though I admit I could have phrased some things better. I keep bringing it up occasionally, finally pushed him to go to therapy his family could work with, community services, group counseling, which isn't the most ideal, but he still barely applies to jobs or puts more effort into learning to drive. I know he is depressed and has mental health struggles. I want to be there for him and help, but I just feel this huge imbalance in our relationship, as we have transitioned out of teenagehood into adulthood. I brought it up again recently, and he gets upset and says, I cannot understand, because I have always had all of my needs met. I didn't grow up in his family or lack of support, and I agree I don't understand, but it's not an excuse to not do more of what you can. It's been months since I first brought it up, and there's still been no greater progress. Some of my friends who know us both well suggest I try to wait it out and hope he gets it together eventually. I will say he's very sweet and kind, and does a lot for me when we are together. These issues have just been getting louder to me, and I am fearing it will not change. I no longer feel secure in our relationship. I apologize for the long post. If anyone has advice for me, I would love to hear it. Thank you, internet strangers. TLDR, Fies told my 21mm BF 20 mat of 3 years last November. I need him to start working towards something, job, license, etc. He has made no progress more than beginning group counseling in that time, and reacts harshly and shuts down when I bring it up again. Advice? Even harsh advice. Myself and my wife have had a lot of conflict in the past few years. She is a good and kind person, a great mother to our children, and does a lot for our family. A few years ago, I sold some property and paid off our mortgage. I took 6 months off. This was elating for me. I don't hate my job as such, but I have always wanted options in my life, to work when I want to, see the world, etc. But my wife wanted to upgrade our home. I tried to sell the idea of optionality. Without a mortgage, we have more choices. We could work more discretionally, she could yoga more, we could both spend more time with the kids. There were not specific goals, just a general idea that I was presenting. But this didn't land, and so I convinced myself to go along with it. In anticipation of the increased financial burden, I took a job, a stressful one, as it turns out. It is not guaranteed to succeed. I'm not too happy that I felt like I had to do this. My wife works, she really is a contributor, and I indicated to her that if we did this, it wouldn't just cost us money but time. She needed to step up to make this work. Now we're in the new place and we're going backwards. I'm super stressed and my wife keeps saying that she'll work more, but it's not materializing. Deep down, I don't want her to work more. But we need her to. It's just the reality that we signed up for. I find myself starting to resent her. I feel like she pushed this without fully understanding the repercussions. I look back at the life of relative freedom that we could have had and I am angry. The fact that I don't see her living up to her end of the bargain has made me frustrated, and we fight. If I try to bring up budgeting, it gets very emotional and defensive. I need advice on finding a way to not put this on her and stop being so angered by it. TLDR. My wife and I were free and clear. She pushed for a house upgrade. We're going backwards now and I feel like she's not pulling her weight. It's making us fight. I've realized lately that I've struggled with understanding and managing my emotions. It's hard for me to describe them or feel them in certain moments. I've been dating this girl for almost 6 months, and the excitement I've felt has been dwindling, to the point I'm not even sure if I know how I feel towards her, but I know she is completely attached towards me. I don't really know what to do. I genuinely don't want to waste her time, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm making the right choice in staying. She has no real friend that she can rely on in a time like this, and her home situation is terrible. And if I were to add on to that by breaking up with her, I don't know what she would do. I wish I knew I would do this so I could warn her before this happened, but I can't go back in the past. I don't really have a real reason why I should be feeling this way. She's basically perfect for me. She's funny, smart, and kind, but I don't. No. It's weird when I had a feeling she would leave me after an argument, I felt my heart drop and I'd try to reassure her. So wouldn't that mean I do have some feelings? But at the same time, if I was sure I love her, then would I really be questioning? I really do care about her, but I feel trapped. I need advice on what to do and I don't know how I feel towards my girlfriend.